Ooh, things are not looking good for Matt Gaetz because the Daily Beast, which is an outlet that has had a number of different scoops in the ever devolving story of Matt Gaetz's hobbies, has a confession letter. And that was written by Joel Greenberg, his big political ally and the guy who apparently committed the most crimes over the past few years in the entire country. But anyway, in the final months of the Trump presidency, he wrote this confession letter, which was part of his attempt to get a pardon for himself and potentially for Matt Gaetz, it's looking like. So in it, he claims that he and Matt Gaetz paid for sex with multiple women, as well as a girl who was 17 at the time. The letter, which the Daily Beast obtained, was written after Greenberg, who was under federal indictment, asked Roger Stone, because of course he would have to be involved at some point in this, to help him secure a pardon from then President Donald Trump. So that's your headline version. And it's not good, but there are many, many details, a lot of which we're going to cover, and every single one of them makes this way worse. So let's jump into a little bit of this before we give our commentary. In the letter, it says, on more than one occasion, this individual was involved in sexual activities with several of the other girls, the congressman from Florida's 1st Congressional District, which isn't the same as saying Matt Gaetz' name, but it's pretty close, and myself. So there, Greenberg is referring to a 17-year-old. He says from time to time, gas money or gifts, rent or partial tuition payments were made to several of these girls, including the individual who is not yet 18. I did see the acts occur firsthand, and Venmo transactions, Cash App, or other payments were made to these girls on behalf of the congressman. So I don't know if that means that he saw himself pay, he saw Matt Gaetz pay, or he saw the sex firsthand. Presumably he saw some of it. For that sentence to make sense, he has to be talking about Matt Gaetz and the 17-year-old, doesn't he?
Yeah, if he did witness Matt Gaetz having sex, he suffered enough. Like,
you think we should let him off for time?
Just looking at that, it's like, oh yeah, oh, like the tiny arms and the like wide torso. Oh yeah, baby, my dad got me off from a DUI. Let me pay it forward. This is only in reference to the people who were over 18 that he had sex with, because otherwise it's really gross.
I am now suffering at least as much as Greenberg did in the satirical thing that you just did. Anyway, but yes, that appears to be what he's talking about there. Now, that's the letter. We have the letter, we have more details from the letter, we'll get to those. But we also have communications apparently between Joel Greenberg and Roger Stone. Now, what's funny about this is that they were communicating, and Roger Stone was apparently consistently wiping every surface that Greenberg and Matt Gaetz touched. No, he was wiping the conversation to like stop it from having a trail. But Greenberg was taking screenshots constantly, showing the deep level of respect and trust between these individuals back when they were working together. So they have this series of private messages starting in late 2020. So this is after the election, when publicly all of these people are saying that Trump is still gonna be president, but they knew that that wasn't true. So the race was on to get a pardon for all of the bad stuff you did. And we have some details, so we can bring it up. I don't know how visible it's gonna be. I'm realizing now, probably not so much. Okay, so I would translate, don't worry. So at one point, Roger Stone says, today's the day, we will know by the end of the day about the pardon. I think you sent me some document, but it disappeared. I hope you are prepared to wire me $250,000 because I am feeling confident. Please give me the money for the crimes I'm criming.
No, it's not the crimes he's criming though. This is different. The Roger Stone angle
is it not a crime?
The Roger Stone angle, listen. Should it be a crime? Yes. Is it necessarily a crime? Not really. You pay your lawyer to get you out of legal jams. I love this because it was basically like Roger Stone woke up one morning and is like, sniffs around. Is there a creep somewhere in America? Yeah, I think there is a creep. And then he just like followed his nose to this creep. And then it's the best way to think about it is like Roger Stone is just messing with this guy because he's bored. Roger Stone is like, so what, you did some terrible stuff? And he's like, yeah. And Roger Stone is like, can you write it down?
Wait, you You're actually writing it down? Oh, well, you gotta send me this, man.
Yeah, you definitely need to write it down. And
no, but Brett, at one point,
can you say it into this microphone real quick?
Could you partake in this dramatic reenactment? No, at one point, Joel Greenberg says, it's like 18 pages. Should I make it shorter? And someone's like, no, make it as long and detailed as it needs to be.
Yeah,
I
for
like your theory, actually.
This is definitely how things work around here. What you do is you pay me $250,000 in Bitcoin. Because the other thing is Greenberg's like, yo, can I send this in Bitcoin? Yo, do you take Doge? Do you take Dogecoin, bruh?
I'm a little bit worried that I'm not coming off as enough of a douche, so I'd really like to throw some spice on this thing.
Like that's it. I think Ken Klippenstein was like, I just remembered a crime I committed, so I'm gonna confess it to the biggest rat effer in the history of the world. Like,
well, that's partly true, but Roger Stone did protect Trump. He's barely human, but he does have that going for him. He was loyal to Trump more than most of the others.
These guys are the guy. They're Orlando in The Wire, the guy who's not involved, but the one who wants to become a player. This is season 1.
I might watch it sometime. Anyway,
whatever.
I get what you're
okay. I won't spoil what happens to people in The Wire, but essentially in that show from 2004. But essentially, The Sopranos, or any mob movie where there's guys who really think that they're cool enough to run with the real crew. And the real crew doesn't fully know what they're doing, but they've at least been doing it longer than these jagholes.
Sure.
And the jagholes are like, yo, I got an easy score. Is this how it works? And all they do is take advantage of these guys, like bless their little hearts. And meanwhile, these
like the young kids on Sopranos that tried to become. I watched that episode.
That kid later. I like to think it's the same universe where he then goes on to work for Samantha as her assistant, or beforehand.
You've lost me. Anyway, yes, I think that you're right.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.